Brake pads, just in case you didn't know, you can contaminate brake pads on push bikes. So it's hydraulic brake pads or mechanical disc brake brake pads. They're all contaminable. Contaminable? Is that a word? The oil has got into this and it's soaked into it like a sponge. So I could clean that off with brake cleaner. I can put it in an oven, I can take a blowtorch to it. It's not going to change the fact that the oil is soaked right the way through that pad. And every time you clean the fresh layer off the top, you go to another layer full of oil. Oil's main purpose in life is to reduce friction. That's generally what we use it for. It's not for brakes. Brakes need friction. So these are brand new, they're dry, clean. You can kind of see the little holes in the surface there. They'll bite far better into a fresh set of discs. Once a disc gets contaminated, it is just metal, so you can generally clean it off, but once it gets contaminated to a certain point, you're better changing it. If I put a brand new set of pads onto a contaminated disc that I haven't properly cleaned or isn't cleanable, you're just going to ruin the fresh pads again. At £25 a go, you don't want to repeat that process too many times. So the pad looks okay from the top. It's not until you can see it on the side there. You can see a residue on the side, and you can clearly see that the pad's all kind of matted up there. Obviously don't do it on a wet day because you can't tell what's oil residue and what's water, but generally this bike's been sitting in the shop now for a week and that's still wet, and like you can tell just by rubbing your finger on it, that is not water, that is oil that's came straight out of the system and onto the disc and pads. So there you go, brake contamination is a real thing. The main telltale sign is the brakes are squeaking, squealing, or just not stopping you. You know, you're pulling the brakes on, putting all your force through the lever, and it's not stopping you, mainly because there is no friction between the disc and the pads. Sound good? Cool.